So actually what happened when you are looking at a picture and maybe you all look that this is a dissertation, monograph project or major project or guidelines for business students, particularly for business student. I have already prepared for the LLM student or the law student, but this is particularly for you because I'm already supervising lots of students who are from the business also. So I think why not I should prepare something only for the business student. So what is your duty? Your duty when you are thinking to do a research on a topic, actually first select a subject, because you have studied lots of subject from your bachelor's to your master's. So now you are doing a completing your master's degree with this dissertation or with this monograph, what do you want to say, no problem. And in this case, this is your major project. For someone it's 10,000, for someone it's 15,000. So whatever may be the word length, this is not a matter here. What is matter actually, that is, you should first select a subject, and second duty is to select your topic. So I don't have lots of idea about your subject, but as I'm a module tutor of some of the subject, then I try to write some subject name. That is, I think, okay, I will work on the subject understanding consumer or supply chain management or sustainability and responsible business, maybe globalization of business and environment or specialized event management. These are the subjects. Subject is always broad. That is when you thinking I want to do fashion technology or IT technology or IT sector, then not only IT sector, it should connect with your business related purpose. That is, it may be supply chain management or business. Consumer is also a part of the business, so consumer behavior in buying or in purchasing products. Or you are thinking about, no, I want to do some work on business sustainability, or how should be business should be responsible to the society. This, in this way, first think about a subject. The major thing, please keep in your mind a subject on which you want to work or you are comfortable to work, because this total work is yours, not your ma'am, not your teachers, not your professors, it's yours. So where you feel comfortable, try to find out your comfortable zone, and in that zone pick that subject. So if you select a subject, then your second duty is to select a topic. Why we are calling it select a topic? Because a subject is always vast. So you cannot do any research on a subject. You have to pick always a topic on that. So first, as I select that, think your subject is supply chain management. In that case, if you think that yes, I want to do a work on supply chain management, then select a topic. What should be your topic? Supply chain management in UK food industries, the case of KFC. So you think about, okay, I want to work in food industry supply chain management, and in that case I want to discuss the KFC case. So how these food industries, they are maintaining the supply chain and how they are managing this. I want to focus that one. I want to analyze, or critically I want to analyze that one. Okay, fine. Now I'm talking about the topic, that is, I want to narrow down your area. Supply chain management is a broad subject. Then okay, understanding consumer. Understanding consumer is a huge, a vast course. In that case, maybe I only just focus on a topic. These all are example. Don't take this example as your final topic. These are example. Okay, how can you select your one? So adult consumer behavior in purchasing electronics equipment in the UK. So why I'm selecting this? Look, always select your research in a small area, not a vast area. Vast areas research, this is not a proper research. Research topic should be small. That is, here I can also say consumer behavior, but it would be vast. I just only tell adult, so I don't want to focus on the adolescent, older, not their behavior. Then electronic equipment, that is, I also narrow down my area, only electronic equipment. You also narrow down food choosing, you also narrow down cloth choosing or fashion sense. In this way, narrow down, please narrow your topic. As much as you can narrow down it, you can focus that it more specifically. And research always want, try to focus specifically, not wide or vast area. Then I also mention or narrow down my area equipment in the UK. That is, it's not worldwide. I can also tell it in India. I can also tell it in Bangladesh, so that I can just focus a narrow area. I can also focus a region. UK is the region. India is the region. A specific country. So be specific. Research won't be specific. If you could not be specific, your research will fail. Then ethical consideration and CSR followed by the electronics company, a case study of Apple. This is also that I specify the subject, that sustainability and the responsible business. On that subject, I pick this topic. Yes, CSR followed by the electronics company. Here, look, electronics company, if I finish here my topic title, then I can discuss any of the electronics company. But here I select one electronic company, that is a case study of Apple. So I narrow down my topic. Please narrow down your topic. It's the best idea to narrow your topic in a region or in a business organization, or in case of any company. It will narrow down your topic. And then regarding event management, in that particular subject, so I think, okay, I can pick this topic, event management. I can also narrow down it in this way. I want to actually, I forget, event management in upcoming cricket, international cricket competition, or what should I say? What is happening in India? You are all from India, I think. I think you know that. Okay, so you can also discuss that this event management in India and its ESG requirement, that is an environment or sustainability, and this type of requirements, whether they are focusing or not. Because in yesterday there is a news that in Himachal Pradesh, the cricket stadium has some fault, and the cricketers, they are objecting in playing there. They are fear about their injury. So whether this is sustainable for the players and the viewers, that is who are enjoying to see the cricket playing, this is match or not matching. So you can also focus on that. So in this way, just to narrow down your topic, if it is your duty to narrow down your topic, okay? And then look, I give another example, constraints of Indian small case industries in globalizing. So you are trying to small scale industries to globalize, or you want to introduce some small scale industries in UK. So what are the constraints? You want to focus on that. So you pick this topic and you want to work on that. So then your research will be fruitful, or you will get a specific result on that. So research always, who want to mark you, they try you will be specific. Otherwise, you will fail. Then come to the next. What will be your next work? You have selected already research subject, research topic. Now, this work is the most important work for your research. That is, now you should organize some literature. You should collect some literature. What? To review that. If you study that literature, then you can find some, what should I say, gap, research gap, or some problem. Actually, what is research gap? Nothing else than the problem. That is, I want to do this research because there is a problem that is nothing relating to this. I want to tell, yes, this should be done. So the literature review will help you to find out exact gap, because for that gap you are thinking about your literature, for that gap you are thinking about your topic. So actually you should select a problem on which you want to focus through literature review. Now this is actually to select a title, to understand the problems which you want to address, and try to find out the research gap which you intend to fill up. So in your research, that is this 15,000 or 10,000, whatever maybe for your 15,000, you need not to find out, that is, there is nothing for the PhD student. They should do something, what the contribution of knowledge, that is, there is total gap and you want to fill up that gap. No, you should not do that. What you do, what you should do something. Yes, something is there, but there is gap also. This gap is not fill up. I want to fill up that gap, or my research will fill up this gap. Maybe every researcher in previous research tell something about fashion technology of UK, but the what is the artificial intelligence has the role or has the impact to in triggering this business in UK, this is totally untouched. No one will do research on that. Okay, I got a huge gap here, so I can focus on that. Like that, please do literature review. Now you have completed your second steps, you have selected your topic. Now you are in the third step. Select your specific literature connected to your specific topic or definite topic. So you know how to you should do your literature review, or how you should do your literature search. If you don't know, just write in WhatsApp group, then I will take another class. How do you how should you search your literature? I believe that you know that, you already know that, and assuming that, I'm just suggesting you, please do some literature review, at least 10 directly connected to your literature. And this is your next work, that you have find 10 literature connected to your topic. Make a list on that, and the list should be on Harvard style, and send me email. Of course, in that email, you should add your title. Don't forget to add your title and your name. In every case, please add your title and name. When you send in, you want to send me any document, you want to attach me any document, just write your name and write your topic name. Your topic name is the main identity of your research work. Now come to the next point. We have already do some literature review. Now what should we do? Fix a title for your work. I have told that fix a title for your work. Now I'm going to tell you why you should fix a title for your work. Because title is the most important part of your project, and your title should be the best one and ice-breaking one, okay? Because on the basis of that title, you are going to formulate your research question, which is most important part of your research objective, and purpose of your research. So 3 things, that is, what is your research objective, what is your research question, and what is your research purpose. It totally determined on your topic. So how, after this discussion, we will discuss particularly only one of your research. We will take one topic, and then we will formulate our research question and research objective and what should be your purpose. And all of you, your research objective, research question would be same like that, depend on the topic, but topic wise it would be different. Okay, so we will get different research topic and different research purpose and also question. So now next to the next part, this is your general guideline. You know this general guideline, but I remind you again today, because in this research, you know, you have to formulate this research, this 15,000 or 10,000 word, whatever may be your duty to write. It should be on 5 to maximum 7 chapter, but I think your chapterization is also fixed by canvas, that is, which should be your chapter. Word limit 10 to 15,000 fixed by your institution or your own department. It also stated in your canvas site. And your font, it should be 12, and you should use the Time New Romans, not in other font, please. Or page numbers, initial, a Roman number page, and other English, because you sometimes face this problem. And your space, line space should be 1.5, and your should justify your full research. You cannot imagine just only for research structure that is a student, okay, write so nicely a research, but he did not maintain this. He just give the font space 1.5. Instead of 1.5, use 1. Instead of justify his research, he just did not do justify his research, not look so good. He is under mark. Okay, so why you will undermark after submitting 15,000 this hard work? You should do as much as possible work for this so that you can achieve the best mark of your life in this course. Okay, so don't worry about that. I will be guide you how you can get the best mark from your teachers. And of course, let me tell you one thing, who will check your script? Nobody knows that. I also don't know that. I only give you some guidelines, or I'm here to supervise you so that it will be a guideline for you to work in the right way, not in the wrong way and to get in the wrong mark. Okay, and then summary of the content. Always I am telling you, please find in the canvas, because if there is anything mentioned in the canvas according to your degree, you have to mention that one. Otherwise, you can follow this. That is chapter 1, you have to written an introduction. Chapter 2, literature review. Chapter 3, research methodology. Chapter 4, you can analyze and discussion the result. And chapter 5 will tell your findings, recommendations, and a concluding observation. You are all right conclusion. In business students, they are writing conclusion. That actually when I try to write conclusion, then someone mistake someone told me that this is a great mistake to write conclusion, because you are not a scientist. You are the law person. You have no conclusion. You can just write concluding observation, concluding note, like that. Why? Because 2 plus 2 equal to 4 is the conclusion. Is your one 2 plus 2? I'm telling no. It's my observation, it's my feelings, it's my suggestion, it's my recommendation. Yes. So it's my concluding observation. In the same point, if another person do some research, his concluding observation may be different. So try to remember that it should be concluding, not concluding part, concluding observation, concluding remarks instead of conclusion. Okay, there is no conclusion if we are not the scientist. Okay, 2 plus 2 equal to 4. This is the conclusion. So come, how you organize your full project. Of course, one student in last semester submit full project except title page. So if your title page is not there, the first comment from the examiner, where is your title page? Where it should go? So you should add your title page first, and there the title of your research, logo of your university, name Anglia Ruskin University, and of course your department. Then your roll number, your supervisor name, supervised by, and your name if allowed. If not allowed, SID, student number. Then declaration page. After that, you should declare that your research is your own work and there is none from you copied or pasted, because you also turn it in report. So you will declare that this work is mine and I am done this work with the supervision of blah blah blah, this type of some work, and then you can give your name or your supervisor name in the right side. Then acknowledgement page, if you want to acknowledge your father, mother, that they have a contribution to your studying in UK, and then you are preparing this research, your friends, your family, your supervisor, this Anglia Ruskin University, library authority, or the library, that person or any person closely connected to your research, work with you, help you by giving one information, you can acknowledge in this page. You should be grateful to them all, including me. And of course, your Allah, your Bhagavan, your creator. We sometimes do it. First, I thanks to my Allah that He uh, capable me to do this research. Because if I will sick, I cannot do this research. Okay, so I will always grateful to Allah. Yes, I'm doing this research. So in that way, it's your way how you want to write your acknowledgement page. Acknowledgement page is not compulsory. If you don't want to add, please avoid that. Then you must, this is compulsory, abstract, you must include your abstract. So how you can write a good abstract, I will make a lesson on abstract. How do you want to prepare, or how you should prepare your abstract. Then the page of summary of contents that is there, you can just add that summary of contents, chapter 1. As I added my previous, this is your summary of contents. In the one page, you can tell it summary of content, introduction. Here you can give page number 1 to 10. That is 1 to 10 page is stating about introduction. In this way, this is your summary of content. Okay, and then next, contents. Contents is the detail of the summary of contents. How? I will show you. Only chapter 1 I will show you that. Chapter 1. Okay, then start chapter. So now I'm going to start chapter 1. Chapter 1, these points all are the chapter 1 contents in detail. When I'm going to tell contents in detail, look, this is the introduction chapter, and in introduction chapter, whatever maybe your topic name, just click a picture of your mobile and take this, save this, because this is your chapter 1. You all have to add these all points in chapter 1. This is I don't want to tell mandatory, because you can skip any one point, no problem, but don't skip 1.4 and 1.4. Fine. Research objectives and research question. I red mark these two. That look, why? Because you should not leave these two in chapter 1. If you leave and prepare your chapter 1, you will fail. Because if your examiner, he or she will not find your research objectives in chapter 1, or what is your research question, you will fail. So please start background of the study. And after completing background, that is an intro. After doing your background of studies, then in this way you should organize 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, and 1.8. Okay, this is your chapters. You got all the points in number 1. Okay, so nice. So take a picture and keep it safe, no problem. So background of the study, give a background. Then after doing some background research, I find these type of problems are, so to identify some problems, what are the problems, then try to find out the research gap. That is, in background, you have already discussed something, you have found some statement of problem, then also some gap. And to fill up this gap, these research will try to answer the research questions, or try to do this, to fill up these objectives, to analyze this, to discuss this, or like that. And then research question is based on the research objective. Actually, research objective is the answer of the research question. So if I tell that my research is going to do to discuss the supply chain management of electronic industries in UK, then my research objectives is my research objective is to discuss the supply chain management functions. So my research question is, what are the functions of supply chain management are performing in UK electronic industries or electronic companies? So it will directly to connect it. One is objective, another one is question. So question, if you can formulate objective, you can format your question, no problem. Then significance of the study, significance in the importance of your study. That is, now tell about your research, that why your research is important. Is my research is important because there is no research is done previously on the topic basically, and then you can tell blah 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 blah. So this is important or crucial in the existing research, and then scope limitation and tell the future opportunity. That is uh, scope limitation. How you should tell that my research is only cover the UK electronic companies and not the other region of the world. So there is also scope to discuss the other region or in other countries what is happening. I also tell the future research opportunities. I tell my gap, I tell my scope, I tell research opportunities. Okay, clear? And then do your chapter outline. This chapter outline is that is in chapter 1 what you are going to discuss. In chapter 1 you are going to discuss introduction chapter, then chapter 2 you are focusing on literature review, and chapter 3 you are going to discuss on analysis or discussion of the main problems or the main point. Chapter 4 focusing this. Chapter 5 you are going to close your chapter. In this way, chapter outline actually it's your tentative chapter outline. Okay, so these actually should include your final research chapter 1. This is not project plan and proposal. Okay, now come to the literature review. Actually, I don't want to pointing out this because it cannot be possible to point out so much pointing. In this part, actually, it's upon you how you want to organize your literature review part. But of course, you should add 2.1 as introduction of this chapter, not the introduction of course, your main research, because you have done in background research in first chapter. That is the introduction of your main research. But in the later part, when you are trying to write in chapter 2, 3, 4 introduction, that is only of that chapter introduction. Try to remember that that is one only of that chapter introduction. So here 2.1 is my introduction of the literature review and nothing else. Then understanding of some concept, that is if you try, if you want, you can define supply chain management. What do you mean by that? Consumer behavior, what do you mean by that? Or like that, your key point, your research topic, there should some key word. So in 2.2 you can define that concept, but basically depend on some literature. Okay, my literature review in my thesis work, I will show you if you come personally to visit me, then I will show you how I formulate my literature review and how a literature review may be interesting part, because I thought that, oh my God, what should I write in my literature review 3 months before, But within these 3 months, I have done some literature review, and I'm really, I am amazed to see my work myself. Because yes, really literature review works. And we should do it. You should also do it in your own way, according to your own literature. And there should be lots of points. So I just add some points, and you should organize in this way. 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, and lastly concluding part of chapter 2, not the full research. Methodology. This is the most important and most critical part. I think most of the students you have today attending my class, you also don't understand actually what is methodology. How should I write? What points should I include? How should I close that one? Oh, what a difficult task this one. We can write lots of things except methodology. This also the time for me thinking in this way, And really it's right. You are right track. Methodology is nothing but the science of knowledge. Why? You are doing a research. Or in what process you are doing this research? You should adopt a process, adopt a methodology. We are reading. In what way we are skimming? We are reading in a concentrating way, like reading. There is also some strategy in case of reading, in case of writing. So there should also some strategy or some science, some way, some method to do research. And for that reason, methodology is there. So in case of methodology, according to ARU, so far as I have visited or I am all ARU Canvas site, you have to focus this point. But let's forget everything. Don't forget to include research approach, methodology, and method. If you forget to include these two, you fail again. And if your methodology is wrong, your philosophy is wrong, you will fail. Your teacher will know, and he would not see the next of the steps you have done. That is your discussion, analysis, introduction, conclusion, all are perfect. All are perfect. But only you did not understand methodology. You fail. Now come to the point. You all have done this research based on the secondary literature review. And for that reason, when you are doing a research on secondary literature review, you must have followed your approach should be qualitative research approach. That is, your methodology would be qualitative. And in a qualitative, when you are following qualitative, your research ontology should be subjectivism. I make it red because ontology mainly two types, subjectivism and objectivism. If you are doing a research, if God is existed or not, your research topic is that. That is, you need now some proof to prove yes, God is existed, or no, God is not existed. If this type of research, then it is objectivism. Our research is not like that, Our research is subjectivism. It depends on person to person views, observation. We are the subject, we are the people. So we think in this way. So it's subjective. And our ontology is subjectivism. And it's the epistemology is the interpretivism. Why? Because we will interpret it. When you select subjectivism, then of course it's interpretivism. First time, because we interpret it. We gather some knowledge. We gather 3 or 4th overview of 3 or 4th literature, and then we interpret according to our own view. So we want to interpret and why it's interpretivism? Because actually we explore this knowledge. How, or when you are going to knowledge, how you are intending in this knowledge. If you want to answer that is, if your research question is depend on the how. Okay, if you are making a question with how, that is, how does the laws and policies supportive to female protect the female life? So I am making the question how it is working. So if your question is related to how it's working, it's interpretivism. Then come to the point, approach. Your approach is qualitative, not quantitative, okay? And here I am writing qualitative oblique, I should give here quantitative. I want to show you there is two type of actually. Main approach is two type, qualitative and quantitative. But in your case, it's qualitative. Why? Because we will discuss based on our secondary literature review. We are not doing any field study, survey, focus group discussion, face-to-face interview, or any type of interview online. There is no semi-structured questionnaire or unstructured questionnaire or interview. Nothing like that. So it's qualitative research. Then sources of data and methodology. Sources of data and information. All secondary sources, which are published book, everything are secondary. There is no primary source. Don't use that I have used some primary source and secondary source. Then teacher give a mark there. Why you are telling this too? Because you are only doing one type of literature. Because in your ethics application, you take permission that you will do your work on the basis of the secondary literature. Your ethics application clearly told that. So why you are telling here? Then again, primary literature. You should not. Now, data analysis process. Your data analysis process, why? Or what process you are using, you should write some line here. And last of all, ethical issue. This is your methodology chapter outline. In this way, you have to do methodology chapter outline. And here, introduction. What should be your introduction? Your introduction should be like that. Why methodology important? So in this chapter, that is 2.1 chapter and 2.1 point introduction, you should write the importance of methodology, because other point you are going to discuss here, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 5, in this way you are discussing. Now come to the point. I think that in case of methodology, Ontology, branch of philosophy that studies assumption about existence and definitions of reality. What is ontology? And epistemology, branch of philosophy that studies how we know and what counts as knowledge. As I have told, that if the question is, you have done your question with how, then you should include this. Now, these are the type of ontology: objectivism, subjectivism. Your one should be subjectivism, please, not objectivism. And here, again, in epistemology, there are two. One is positivism and another one is interpretivism. Your one is interpretivism. Believe that all knowledge is relative to the knower and can only be understood from the point of view of individuals who are directly involved. Truth is socially constructed via multiple interpretations by the subject of knowledge. That is, your truth is built by social people, not like objectivism. So objectivism, look, external reality whose existence is independent of knowledge of it, is equally accessible to any observer, that can be verified independently, often referred to as the third person perspective. That is, objective should be one objective, but different person can work on that, and individually they could get some result. And subjectivism, believe that you cannot know an external or objective reality apart from your subjective awareness of it. That is, yes, let me tell you one objective. You all believe that in our Asian society, females' rights are violated. You believe that or not? Or females are unequally treated. So look, so why subjectivism? I am telling you that because everyone know that female are unequally treated in the society. But by how? By our subjective awareness. Social reality only exists when we experience it and give it meaning. That is, what we agree exist for us. So this inequality, why? This inequality for society, this inequality for our belief, because we could not treat men and women equal. So that it's subjective. All of your research topic is subjective because we believe this is exist. And for your belief, yes, this is exist. And come epistemology, your one interpretivism, I told, not the positivism. So don't go there. Just explain this. And when you try to write that my one is interpretivism, you should give some logic why here. And also why you are not positivism, why you are not positivist, why you are interpretivist. Okay? So when you are writing in your chapter, your final work, try to write the positive things, negative things of objectivism, subjectivism, and tell, so that my research topic on this and I rely on subjectivism methodology or philosophy. Then positivism, interpretivism. In these two, I select interpretivism because this is benefited for my research. Belief that truth or knowledge can be discovered through valid conceptualization, because you are conceptualize of 10% knowledge and make your own conception, you use your own conception, your own knowledge, okay, and you are doing your reliable measurement, which allows the testing of knowledge against the objective world. So it's against the objective world, against the, that is the positivism world. So come to the interpretivism, your one interpretivism. Truth is socially constructed via multiple interpretations by the subject knowledge. So then you will tell, I am going to tell this story, this supply chain management, because it is constructed by the business person or by some authors of that. Lots of authors are written about social behavior or supply chain management or business behavior or business environment, like that. So it's socially constructed and there are lots of interpretation, and you just use those interpretation, then use your own interpretation and write this one. Okay, so these are actually these two things, that is ontology and epistemology. In these two cases you are doing wrong. Please don't do wrong. Don't select objectivism, don't select positivism. You always should select subjectivism and interpretivism. And why you are selecting subjectivism and interpretivism, give some logic on that. And why don't these two are not related to your research, give example for that, and with a reference of some articles also. Okay, literature review also. So next, go to the next slide. Discussion and analysis. This is, you are starting your new chapter, that is chapter 4. Now you should discuss, these two chapters are connected, chapter 2 and chapter 4. Chapter 4 will discuss your all statement of the problem, what are the problem, why you have done. In this chapter, you can also organize this chapter as introduction. Then according to your research, you can formulate 2.2, 2. This is not 2, this is actually 4.1 to 3. In this way, you should organize, because this is your chapter 4. When you are write chapter 4, discussion, analysis, then all the point 4.1, 2, 3 this way, okay? And then come to the next. This is the last findings. This should be your 5 chapter. So it should be always 5.1, 5.2, and 5.3 in this way. Here in the first, you should write findings. 5.2, research suggestions or recommendations, as you want to say, and then concluding observation. If you miss any of these points, then you will be under mark or down mark, because this chapter carries your 10% mark. So it's an important chapter for you. I think you understand the whole procedure of your research within this time, because these all should relating to your research. Now your next step, because you have already completed your research topic, you selected your topic name, whatever may be. I will check your topic name. I will give all of your feedback through your email after this class or today afternoon maybe. Then you can find, okay, you can, but you start. I don't want to go change the entire topic. I will just change the topic name. Maybe I can add the word the or to or on, like that, or maybe keyword from this part to this part, in this way. So you can start your work. Then now you all have to submit your project plan and project proposal. So what are the points should you mention in the project proposal? It's all, the template is there, you know. All that, the template is inside your canvas. Template is already posted. So I should not mention anything without that template. But if there is no template, actually what should be in the project proposal? Background of the study, statement of the problem, research objective, research question, research methodology, literature review, significance of the study. If you want to mention, do, otherwise not. Chapter outline, this is your plan actually. This is your project plan. Project plan is your chapter outline. That is, this chapter 1 or 2, I want to do within 2 weeks. Chapter 3, 4 within other 3 weeks. Chapter 5, other 2 weeks. Then I want to review this work with my supervisors, because you can also submit some of your work to your supervisor for suggestion, and you should follow your supervisor's suggestion. Your project proposal and plan, it will carry 5 marks. If you left it, you should also include this project proposal and plan in the annexation of your research. So please try to do it carefully. Chapter outline is nothing but your plan, and also your ethics application. It's some steps of your ethics regarding process, how you can apply this is also in the canvas. So nothing actually in my hand, everything on your canvas. And in the project proposal, when you have written your research methodology, you see some points there. But if you try to write this proposal, here methodology, you just mention that it's mainly qualitative research methodology based on the secondary research, or like that, only one paragraph. Now each paragraph will carry maybe 300 to 400 word, and if there is any word limit, 2000 word limit a project proposal, or 1000, you have to write in that. And if you see that there is lots of things you should write, then try to write in background and statement of problem part, because this statement of problem and background you can add your introductory chapter. So you are doing your introductory chapter. So please start your work, whatever may be your subject. Try to do your ethics application, try to follow the ethics application steps and other steps, and then all other things. Okay, so thank you. I'm checking the research ontology and epistemology, and the source are here, and other things for me I prepared all. I just take those research methodology help from these two sources. You can also use that source for your own purpose. So I'm going to finish now. If you have any question, so you can put everything on also comments. Okay,